Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Baiju wasn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baiju. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
So many medicines, but no cure for heartache.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome. What can I do for you?
It's the Traveler. He looks absolutely beat, and he keeps spacing out. You have to call his name several times before he snaps out.
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted...
Okay. Paimon does not like that expression, Baiju.
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong. Physically, you appear to be in good condition, traveler. In theory, your energy level should... Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually... Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But...
Huh? What do you mean,
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple... Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, clues to... In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
Oh, must be a rare condition if not even Baiju and Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse anyway. Just get some rest. Paimon will be... Traveler! Traveler! Rise and shine! Time to wake up! For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon. Hopefully a cut. What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep? Nope, nothing there. Wait, did you, okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing... What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back? Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. Are you sure it was a dream? But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning. Then, it's decided. Paimon will stay up and watch over you tonight. If anyone tries to mess with you, Paimon will beat him up. Or, wake you up first and then we can beat him up together.
Something is missing.
Did you just say something?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Ah! What the? Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master! Skirk? Right! What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that. Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind that hocus pocus just now?
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair. You, I'll take a glass of wine.
Oh, of course. Coming. We make this one in-house.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink. I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things sound good. Well, should we trust her? She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a different expert on the abyss to help us out. Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scaring, Paimon. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child's told...
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up your mind?
So, that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am, can you help us?
So, you couldn't disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared.
Wait, hold on. You overpaid.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should...
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember? You brought it out to her.
You sure? I could.
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got...
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall?
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But, oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. We just got a message from Moika. She says to meet her at the speaker's chamber tomorrow. Does that mean your ancient name is ready to be forged? Let's get some good rest today. We need to be at our best for this special moment.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
Whoa! What are all these rift hounds doing here? Huh. Looks like they're collecting something. Let's...
Solidify!
Shine down! One with nature.
Teamwork is dreamwork!
This is order!
So, this is what they were collecting. Yeah. What is going on here?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark together. These remnants form what you call god remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast. What are you doing?
Nothing! Just wanted to make sure you were, real? She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities. It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, can we please get back on track?
Okay. Where were we? Right. The god remains. So, basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? In our experience, god remains are 100% bad news. A lot of terrible things have happened because of them.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. They were taken. Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried in the desert went missing. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world, including the Stella Fortuna above.
Wait, you mean... the stars?
Mm-hmm. 42 of them have died out in the past few months alone. In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening to the power they contain. Something has been leeching power from this world like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the remains of the dead. It wants you. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go. No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy. Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be crushed if you go up against it.
So you're gonna help us, right?
We're going to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
Well, great! You seem super strong, and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take it.
Don't get all mushy on me. All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that. Now, come along.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us. But nope, she's just like when we met her in the Primordial Sea. So cold. Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What she does deserve is a super embarrassing nickname. Ah, Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon. Serves that Ice Queen right. Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. So, let's follow her and see what sort of plan she's got. Whoa! This place is way bigger than Paimon expected. Where are we?
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here. It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place. I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before? Okay. Do you plan to learn? That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild—
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal. All respect to your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option. A little abyss crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall.
Dream mirror?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and feel. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power, and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, with dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes.
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Wait, you're gonna teach him some of your martial arts? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as my disciples. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills, and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she moves fast. Paimon can hardly keep up with her. So, special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people qualified to train you. The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, feels like a lifetime ago. Skirk seems pretty strong too, though. Remember how she said that the all-devouring narwhal was just her master's pet?
Ready?
Bring it on!
Your training will be split into 3 stages. Testing your blade work. Elemental ability. We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka. Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you'd end up bloated and unwieldy. You need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences and figure out which parts of what you've learned are just techniques, and which parts only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and observations along the way. Oh.
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach him some cool new moves. Like when you went swoosh and opened a tunnel to another place.
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless. There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Time to make a start. Train until you're satisfied with yourself. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
This is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, traveler!
Propagate! Propagate!
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Yeah! time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's there? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your head.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Ring cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Looks like you've made some real progress. That concludes your training session.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel? As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no—
Yeah, meanwhile Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you—
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't...
Excuse me. You shouldn't...
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing, but I'd still love to hear about what you got.
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant...
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet, too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least, you'll catch it. You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives out.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer is gonna be hungry when she...
The stars shimmer mountains as far as the eye can see. I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many... But for now...
Don't let a single one of them get away! No, please, spare the children! Stay back! They're coming! Run! Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take him down.
Don't be scared. Help!
This way!
We'll never make it!
Fire. There's fire everywhere.
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders!
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink. Showed you the best our home has to offer.
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left alive.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire...
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that...
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't let... To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squad...
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat these savages pose will be on. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer.
Dad? Mom?
Skirk, you're all right?
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot.
This is the place. Alert all you...
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can! Don't trust your dad and I. We're not afraid to stare death in the face. My clever girl. So curious.
Whenever you miss us, just play this song. Remember, life is a gift. Don't let...
Break down the door! Look. You! Stop singing! Shut it!
Oh, you're awake? I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, this time, the focus is elemental energy.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal. No day and no night. It's like time hard. Well, except for the fact that Paimon...
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to... The natural energy of Teyvat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power. Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. The elemental energy of Teyvat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These two forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time. A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you. So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your elemental training. That's what's gonna help us if the situation gets true growth comes from adversity. But only if you make the choice to. So, it's time to push yourself to the limit. And then... use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can!
Wind Blade!
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor. Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes. Faster. Don't give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Water jet! Go! Water jet! Go! Go! Water jet!
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart. Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements. Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice. Get some rest. When you wake up, we'll
What is the secret to power? Longing, hatred, self-preservation, the fear of losing those you love. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment. That fear is now part of you. Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted.
But, Master, I can barely...
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. After all, bones can always... Good Skirk. Once again.
Cold.
These are signs that you are adapting each time the flesh is torn, and the spirit. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is right. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face.
Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the fight, so wanna head over now?
From your training so far, you have gained a better command of the sword. And more control, that's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be ready. Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable. Just like your sister. Oh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to her, do you?
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want. But only strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. Only when you are free from the influence of emotion can you make the right choice, no matter the situation. How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know me. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
change! Go! Go! Water change!
Not bad. Better than I expected. You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and be...
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell you that's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory. Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said, you managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that, and sleep well.
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off.
She got hurt though, didn't she?
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too.
Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever. Skirk's becoming more like him by the day.
Incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level.
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world? Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many...
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become someone stronger.
Run! Skirk! Run! Only death awaits us here.
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity. Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Be starving, right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you! Of course you are! That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can...
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat.
Okay, it's Paimon's turn to
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I might never meet again, Traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just like Ajax, I'll answer 3 of your questions. Okay, not the angle I was expecting. What makes you ask that? I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, You should have seen nothing but endless darkness. Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances, my self-control has been lacking as of late. Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways. No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. To become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, to do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. Okay.
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk, but it's been years now, and I've still found...
Well, you're... Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people. Studied their tech, so during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his... Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to read. Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you, best keep it a secret from...
Time to go. Oh, finally. Where are we headed?
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.
Osmanthus...
is near the chasm, right?
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still.
Don't worry. Paimon's an expert at how. Oh, but, that means you need.
All right. Remember. Hey, what are you two doing? Dusty. Like an abandoned house. Let's press on.
Looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding? Ugh! This fog is making it impossible to see anything!
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler. The missing part of your soul should... Our opponent must...
Hold on! Look! The spikes are...
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what we're dealing with. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely... From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see. There. I got it back.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Guili Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive, whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power. No, he couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. Call it fate, if you want. I believe that's the term they use in any case. It works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance. I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course! Paimon knew that spike thing.
I highly doubt you acquired that power through You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. Which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
The Foul? Who dares call him foul?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're
just a little.
Look, it's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit. Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action. Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. Get us out of here, Traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
Skirk, is your shoulder gonna be okay?
The wound is minor. We'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here alive instead.
Uh-oh! Falling spikes! Run! Watch out! Looks like this place is about to collapse! Has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to...
Phew. Oh.
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal... Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it. You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or...
Yeah. When we had our run-in with that thing, never let...
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true, voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, but I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get—
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better? Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Now, so, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
Fair enough. Then take this. A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We
should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where? Paimon gets the—
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Fine. It was just It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. But adapting to situations like this is nothing new. Oh, this. It's a star crystal suit. Abyssal energy is scarce in Tivat. Wearing this helps me access it more freely. It stores concentrated abyssal energy that I can draw from on the go. When the energy runs out, it reverts back to its original form. Found somewhere to rest.
This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something? Wait, no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go some— I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe.
You heard all the—
A sonorous voice like yours.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
No. Sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start. But things are different now. You helped—
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me.
But your shoulder— Hey, don't just leave! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. Let's get some sleep, Traveler. That comfy bed is
quiet.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth?
Keep your gaze fixed.
Run! Skirk!
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. Wait, Skirk?
About 60%.
Whoa! Paimon thought it would take a...
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow, no. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find...
Ooh, sounds intense.
Thanks. See you in...
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Be right back.
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate us. Actually, it's my first time talking to someone. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can call it fate, if you want. Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here. Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. But as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. And all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get...
The answer to one mystery invites another question. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart, lies the... I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet. Like meteors. You both made a journey through the stars. Both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, all the... Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid... Let's keep going.
Now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, no one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. And piece together a new future. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild.
Why? What do you do?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst. You have tasted loss. You have known fear. So deep, it can be felt. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal.
That is what Skirk's master, the foul, Surtle, of course, as a higher being, physical form, he could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he...
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Surtology, the scope of his power is impossible to understand. And, shall we keep going? We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Surtology.
I have set your broken wrist. No tears this time. Good.
Can I ask a question, Master? I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength, and I hunger for it. So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary.
But I don't want to draw my sword against...
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak...
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training. After some time, her talent bloomed. It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I suppose it was at this point that she... We're near... I almost don't want to reach the end. These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about it. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea. The secrets beyond the stars. And that merchant ship packed with adults wearing those. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors. Everyone no one had any idea of what was to come. So, Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before. So she was not caught in the immediate. Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives, their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there, because she and her people were seen as a threat. As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to... Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat, and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear. Senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. If those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death, no one wants to relive their most painful. Skirk is waiting over there. Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And he is the best choice in this moment. Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of all those rejected impulses. Those discarded aspects of your past selves. They are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable. Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses. Emotions like...
The difference is that I'm doing what is right. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is, I've shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars. Those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength?
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer.
And look around. Look, you cast aside your dreams and curiosity. And in doing so, you look. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survival.
And you think that means I should seek help from a weak little...
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong, but what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you, and I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare down.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's...
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad dancing water. Sand along your path is begging for your... I am not the dancing water. And you are not the burden. I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey! This doesn't have to be the end. Life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive. That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order. Yes, and not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him. I know, and it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat... He's no longer into that. But he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready. Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
Finally awake! Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? You scared Paimon half to death! You're both okay, right?
What does it look like? Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past into the future. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context. But whatever, Paimon brought back tons of
All right, it's about time we finish.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to... The good news is, we have no reason to pull our...
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember.
The form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after to them. He represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion.
Okay. Oh, the closer Paimon looks, the more Nervalet isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's take...
Eternal, infinite, everlasting. What's more?
Haven't forgotten your training, I hope. That's more like it. Getting interesting.
Go!
Never saw it go down. Haven't had enough of my power. Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle. Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. Such power. Such keen.
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from...
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry. It's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend. This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of...
Hundreds of years?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history.
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a... I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. Over time, my heart hardened, and we were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his childhood wandering, yet he always wore a smile on it. I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive.
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out.
This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether.
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul.
All I can do is try.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality and wish to experience good sparring...
Disciple?
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe and bring her to Tibet. You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Well, now...
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever.
I'll be leading them. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was...
Your heart? That sounds like torture!
Because, of course, I bear the...
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel? Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the... But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead...
You're right. I should have known better, but... I had already pushed myself. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home.
After the beating we just gave you?
Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to... We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing...
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark. Besides, after hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is...
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. First time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel it was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world. The joy of an artist, uncovering it.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't feel right. That battle brought me...
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength. After which, all can come to an end. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one
Perhaps you're right. What a battle that would be.
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much. Sertologi once offered to free me from this curse.
I can, but not through death. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, but it will be a time-consuming and painful process.
I accept. And who knows? I have faith that you'll be able to stand again if we are climbers in the dark.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh. At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time. It's only been a few days, but once again, we've proved there's no— Wow, you sound even more— Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh, wait.
Yes. The power Skofnungar stole has been returned.
Great! Huh. It's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There is so—
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries. The false stars, hanging in the meticulous— It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy— Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day. Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive— Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vast—
Ugh. This is all going over Paimon. Ever since we met, he has filled Paimon's days with happiness. If it's too big a job for one person, then we'll do it with two. And if two— We've met so many amazing friends. And it comes—
I suppose when it comes to you. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely. Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. One without war, pain, or forced part. For this, we must all work to become stronger. If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, and since Paimon treated you to that super nice meal at Wanmin Restaurant, it's about time you return the favor.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Need something taken care of?